Roadworm.
We're gonna watch Gummo again.
No, you're not. We're gonna watch City of the Living Dead by Lucio Fulci.
Wait, guys. Wait. We're gonna watch City of Lost Children.
No.
How about you watch them both? You can call it something special.
Alright, I guess we're watching two shitty movies. Or two city movies. The
Yep.
Tale of Two Cities. Welcome back to Roadkill Reviews. Today we watched two movies. One is a French film, sci-fi film, and one is an Italian horror film.
True. We watched the City of Lost Children first. Mm-hmm. This was your selection.
It was, yes.
Oh,
Jean-Claude.
damn it. Got excited. I thought it was Van Damme.
Jean-Claude.
We got Van Damme on our hands here.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He's the Santa Claus. Starts f***ing roundhousing people. Roundhousing
They're doing splits like down the chimney.
Yeah.
I get they add that in movies all the time, you know, when someone goes up to something and decides not to.
Yeah.
Whoever decides not to.
So I think just beat these guys up and bury them like any other.
Brachiopopius, vous entendez?
Les sobricons, ils nous corrembus.
Ça se peut, pas ça là.
Absolument terrible.
Oh, fermez la bouche. Faites la mèche. Faites la mèche. Quoi? Faites la mèche.
Fetchez la vache. Quoi? Fetchez la vache.
How are you, Marcello?
Is that Rob Schneider?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Rob Schneider in City of Lost Children.
Oh, he's poisoning them through the fleas.
Poisoning who? The bad guys?
I guess so.
So he's a good guy then, though.
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
Oh, somebody saved her. Or
Yeah, some man in a suit.
she's probably dead because she's drowning.
Yeah, because he's not going up right away. He's
Yeah.
walking on the bottom of the freaking arm.
What's the trouble, handsome?
So I'm guessing that's his natural hair color, right? Like his young natural hair color, maybe?
No, it looks like it.
He doesn't have a natural hair color.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman. He's not natural.
He wasn't nothing about him was natural.
He was made, he wasn't born.
Built in Hollywood. Manufactured.
For the roles. Like they gave him that face for the roles that they wanted to give him. Like, you're gonna play
monsters.
You're gonna play monsters real life.
Das Boot. You're not doing a very good job getting around the lines if you're hitting the.
Yeah, the whole point is not to touch the lines.
Push the detonator, please.
End it!
Oh, thank God. Ron Perlman.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
First, I'll tell you about how I came across it.
Sure.
I had always seen the poster for this movie, or one of the posters, the image of the old man with his helmet with all these tubes coming out, and it's a profile photograph of him. And I always thought it was a cool image. I always thought, oh, gee, that looks cool. So I always wanted to see it, and I never saw it. I'd see it at my local video store. And then I came across it on Amazon. So I bought it and I saved it for this review, this episode. And the film is a French film.
What's the premise?
I'm getting
Get to the premise, Drew.
directed by acclaimed French directors Jean-Pierre Jeunet and Marc Caro. They did the Oscar-nominated Amélie. Amélie. Oh yes, we know him from directing the fourth Alien film, Alien Resurrection. The movie is about an old man who has been kidnapping children from this city to try to harness their dreams and their nightmares through a machine so that he can
Live longer?
either live longer or retain his eternal youth or something like that. It was very hard to follow. From the trailers, the movie looked kind of like Dark City. Kind of like a very steampunk, retro style science fiction film. But we realized going into the film, watching it, that it was actually a lot more complicated. It was a lot harder to follow. Ron Perlman, the only American actor in the film, plays the lead. He plays sort of a simpleton, strong man who befriends this little girl. They both have friends or allies or kidnapped on the little island there, and they both go on a sort of journey to rescue them and put a stop to the plans of this elderly man.
And let's not forget about the brain.
Oh yes.
Who was the brain? What was the brain?
I don't know.
We didn't get
I thought the brain was like one of the first attempts of cloning that didn't go well.
Is that what it was?
I think. And then so they got the brain, but they didn't get the body.
Oh. I thought the brain was like...
Well, the brain clearly worked out because it was smarter than the bunch of clones that were running around.
Right, yeah. And
I thought the brain was like, first of all, a brother of the old man, but was like a lot older than him, and his body had died, and they harvest his brain.
Did they say that?
I don't think so. But that's what I got out of it.
Okay.
That's what it looked like. Because a lot of other movies have done that.
Yeah,
Like a brain inside of something to keep it alive or something.
If that
like
was the case, I missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and therein lies the problem of City of Lost Children.
Like they don't get to, they don't get on with their mission to save the children until the end.
Right.
Like, because there's different groups of villains. There's like the Siamese twins that are like the head of an orphanage that kind of takes advantage of the children who go out and steal for them.
Right.
And then there is the group of cyclopses.
Which completely went nowhere.
Yeah, well, they I guess were hired by this evil old guy to kidnap the children for them.
Yeah.
I don't know what was in it for them,
Yeah.
but they're like a weird cult of people who are blind, and they can hook up some
sort of sensor,
so they basically like see like night vision.
Yeah.
Through one eye, so they're called cyclopses.
Yeah, there was a lot of subplots going on. There was a lot of different characters. There was a lot of...
It's all over the place.
Yeah, it was just like I halfway through I was like just bored and tired. And
so the aesthetic of this movie is kind of like where it gets its charm.
I think it looks great. I think world they're in.
Visually, the movie is awesome. The cinematography is great. The sets are incredible.
Set designs,
mechanics and everything.
Yeah.
It's like going on that lab and shit.
Yeah, and it's got a very steampunky feel.
Yeah, the props, the costumes were all incredible. We were referencing and calling out a lot of BioShock.
Yeah.
The video game BioShock. And how similar this is to BioShock. And this is like at least a decade or so before.
Yeah. Before the first BioShock. Yeah.
So I wonder if this was in any way inspiration, maybe.
Definitely Ron Perlman reminded me of like Big Daddy. Kind of thing, taking care of the kids.
Especially the original clone that dresses up in the sea diver.
Sea diver, and to rescue the girl, and it almost felt like Big Daddy and Little Sister.
Yeah. Not to mention the city that was on water.
Kind of felt like the city up in the sky from Infinite.
Or Rapture.
It was like a little bit of all of it.
Yeah. When did steampunk, that whole kind of movement, originate? Was it like...
I couldn't tell you.
Is it more recent?
No, because this is steampunk.
It's kind of hard to put a finger on because some people created years. Like I feel Terry Gilliam had a hand in it too.
Oh yeah, he
Brazil is very
steampunk.
Yeah. I mean, like the scenes with the clones all together was played by one guy. Yeah. And they just it was seamless. It was like
Right.
It was, they're all in the same room together.
They looked
Usually
really
see
good.
like cuts in there.
And for that time, that
Yeah.
was
Well, especially for Blu-ray too, right? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you just see the imperfections, but this was just
this was
yeah,
good.
This was perfect.
Yeah.
This was good. The movie is rated R.
What's it rated R for?
It's rated R for, according to this, disturbing and grotesque images of violence and menace.
Why don't you describe those scenes for us?
Okay, there's a scene where a woman gets shot with a harpoon.
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it. That's seriously it. I was actually kind of worried. I was like, oh no, is this going to be like a really super violent movie that I'm not going to be able to sit through?
Yeah.
And the whole halfway through the movie, I forgot about the rating.
Yeah.
And then it ended, and I'm like,
I don't understand why this movie's rated R. It shouldn't be rated R.
no, it should be
at all.
PG.
Yeah. There's no real extreme violence.
No.
There's no
There's no-
language.
It's harmless.
There's no menace.
There's no sex,
nothing.
there's nothing.
No, there's nothing. It's a kids movie.
It's a fairy tale.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a dark kids movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a dark kids
Yeah.
movie. I'm gonna give this a better luck next time. This really wasn't what I expected it to be, and I'd seen some trailers before I saw this, and the trailers looked great. Maybe I was just comparing it to the wrong movies. I think it had a good idea. I think it was the story, like what story there was good, but I don't know. The pacing felt really off to me. There wasn't a really clear 3-act structure. I mean, there's potential in here, but I don't think they lived up to it. So unfortunately, it's a better luck next time for me.
I'm actually going to give it a meh. Because art style and everything, it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. And the performances from everybody was great. The kids were great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was... I feel like I've seen it before. I wonder if maybe we saw it back in 95. We had a different opinion on it.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've seen a lot of this by now. But yeah, the story was boring, but I give it a meh because
It's got merit.
it's got merit, yeah.
I give it a better luck, Matt. I just lost track, and at that point, I just didn't really have any kind of interest anymore. But I don't want to give it too low because they did nail it with like the visuals. So yeah, better luck, Matt.
Yeah, I second everything that you guys are saying. I think I enjoyed it a little more than the rest of you, so I'm going to give it a meh, solid meh. I think a group of people we can recommend this to. If you like more of like artsy kind of films that have a distinct visual flair. If you're a fan of Terry Gilliam, I think that you would enjoy this this movie. My favorite performance was what's his name?
Dominique Pignon.
Dominique Pignon doing multiple
clones.
roles.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Especially acting
Yeah.
with himself, even though no one's there.
Yeah.
That with the camera techniques and the good direction that yeah, I kind of followed it, but I didn't know exactly where it was going. So for that reason,
Meh. So City of Lost Children is a meh.
Our second City of title that we watched today was City of the Living Dead, an Italian horror zombie film done by Lucio Fulci.
I feel like the singer's gonna walk out anytime.
Yeah. Long hair.
Yeah.
It's just an ambitious director made his first music video way too long.
City of the Dead!
I gotta write that. Did you see that? It like whip pan to some guy and he looked whip pan back and then...
Where's the stash? Down the
You
toilet?
don't deserve any help. You're a comic book version, Sergeant.
I call it a comic book.
Hit the wind machine! Turn it up! Get some fog in there! Throw some leaves at them!
Oh, that's probably the weather. No? Where'd they get the big ass fog machine?
Look, is there any fog in the back? It's blue skies.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, holy shit! Yeah. Right, why don't you park a little closer to the tree?
Girl.
It was in the midst of the dungeons that the dead walk again.
down.
At this point, a good stiff drink is the only medicine.
What are you gonna do?
Call the police. Call the police.
Well, I don't believe in the Twilight Zone.
Just call the police.
So I guess I'll call the sheriff on this matter.
There you go.
Jerry, listen. Gotta go to the funeral parlor.
That's where Grimes and that's Shane.
Yeah.
Or Daryl.
Gotta go to the funeral parlor, Rick!
Rick!
Oh yeah.
He always does shit like it. Even when he holds his gun, you're like... He's holding it.
What happened? Why were they so worried about this kid running at them? No more Italian horror movies.
Even though he doesn't tell you that.
No more Italian horror movies.
No, well, Dario's associated with it.
I want to watch Deep Red. This was James's pick. James, take it away.
Okay, so it's a Blue Underground release.
Okay.
How I found out about this movie was through one of the scenes that it has. Watching like a new retro wave music video on YouTube. They had cut scenes
Okay.
in different horror movies.
That's a little different than the usual. Well, I saw a poster and I like.
Yeah, no, I didn't see any posters of this. And then, yeah, I just remember this infamous drill to the head scene.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, well, what's this from? I gotta investigate. So I finally found it and decided to pick it up.
And then, bam, you found City of the Living Dead.
Yeah, I came across this, and then you actually told me that this is one of 3 movies.
Yes, there's a trilogy by Lucio Fulci of zombie movies where it involves the gates of hell.
This director's cult classic film is Zombie.
And there was a huge wave of Italian zombie films around this time, all because of the success of Dawn of the Dead. Came out in like 78, and at the time Italy was known for like cheap knockoffs of everything, so why not knock off the zombie films? So this is one of 55 zombie movies that were made in Italy from 1978 to 1989. I don't know.
It's just their thing. They want to be like westerns, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, even the spaghetti westerns were cheap,
Yeah.
not knockoffs, but cheap versions of the American westerns that were
Which
popular.
are way better, in my opinion,
Some
than
of
the
them.
American.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're...
Yeah, because then you get...
They're more grittier. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
No, but you know, like Lucio Fulci, Dario Argento, and even to a higher extent, like Sergio Leone, were guys working in Italy at the time who, just because they got into the cheap market, they showed their skills, and you know that's why Sergio Leone, Dario Argento, especially, are so well known, even though they were making, for the most part, cheaper movies. Right?
It begins with like a priest,
Mm-hmm.
and then basically the 7 gates of hell have
Yeah.
opened. So I'm guessing the priest is probably like the gatekeeper kind of thing.
So killing himself opened the gate?
I guess.
Yeah.
That's what seems to have happened.
That's what I got from
And then
it,
he was
yeah.
like in the center of everything after that. Like after he killed himself, he was like the center of everything.
Yeah, he kept showing up and he kept like
Yeah.
killing people and stuff like
Right.
that, and then
there's 2 groups of people in the film.
right.
One kind of all originates from New York because while this priest is killing himself, there's a seance.
I see. I see.
I see the orange juice. What?
Spit it out, girl. Spit
What
it
are you gonna
out.
say?
The girl who visualizes this or sees this is believed to have died because of that.
Right,
But we
right.
find out she was in a trance and was buried alive.
Mm-hmm.
She meets up with a reporter, and they're on the adventure to find out what's going on.
Right.
At the same time, there's like a psychiatrist, and he has a patient, and they somehow get connected to the events because there's murders going on in their neighborhood. They live close to this town where the gate of hell is opening.
Sure.
And somehow they're connected to Bob.
What was he, a rapist?
Well, yeah,
we don't know that.
We don't know.
They didn't really give any explanation on him.
The rumors around town
There's
are
rumors
that
around town.
he's, a diddler, maybe.
Apparently he took a girl to the woods. They didn't finish that story, but they found her and she was fine. And he was chilling in that car with that girl, and she seemed to know him and be cool with him.
Right.
And she's like, "Come on, smoke a joint with me."
Yeah.
Right.
But then the dad comes in and he's like, "Get out of there!"
Yeah.
But
And murders him.
oh, he's gonna get him too, isn't he?
Oh my god, I thought he was gonna get out of it.
Yeah.
No. Wow! Wow! This is gross!
Well, that was the end of Bob. Unless
He just straight up murdered a man.
yeah.
Bob got screwed.
Bob is just an odd character because he has one line, I think, in the entire movie.
That's right.
He walks around with a bloody, dirty white shirt, goes to an abandoned house, and hangs around with a blow-up doll next to a dead body. So everyone just thinks it's Bob, and there's a side story of, where's Bob? And everyone's after Bob, and then Bob gets a drill in his head, and that's
What
it.
about Bob?
Yeah, what about Bob? There is
No point to the Bob but the Bob subplot.
Some Bob runs down. Hey guys, I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's Bob. It was graphically pretty gory.
Oh yeah,
Like
we've seen a lot of gore.
yeah, it's
but this
Disgustingly
sick to my
gory,
stomach.
yeah.
There is one scene in particular. There's a scene where these two young teenagers are in a car making out. And the girl is looking into his eyes, and then she starts bleeding from her eyes, which is a really cool effect.
Whoa! I've heard about this. Oh, that's a good effect.
The priest is doing some bizarre trance on her, and then she proceeds to cough up her intestines and all of her guts,
Organs.
and then her stomach and everything.
everything.
Oh, there it all comes. It's all coming out.
And then every time these zombies they squeeze the back of the head of people and brains would come out of it.
Yeah. This is the only only zombie movie where the zombies don't really eat people.
That's why we're watching this.
Pretty much, a bunch of people die. They get to a hole in the ground that's supposed to be the tomb, which is, I guess, the gate to hell.
Yeah.
And they stab this zombie priest with the cross, and then he burns. And
That's all it took. To me, it felt like they just gave up on it.
Oh yeah.
And then the ending made no sense to me, where they came out of the coffin, they came out of the hole in the ground, and then here comes John, and they're like, "No, John." That was it.
Drew, do you have anything to add to City of the Living Dead, a film by Lucio Fulci?
Not a thing.
Drew looked away most of the movie.
Does that make you hungry for Doritos, Drew?
No, the exact opposite.
God,
No, I'm good.
this thing will make you a goddamn Tyrannosaurus, man.
A lot of maggots.
Yeah, what's up with Italian horror movies and maggots?
I don't know. Yeah, because
Salamis.
zombie.
Yeah, salamis.
Salamis and maggots.
No, the salami was the French film.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah, that's
You're
Yeah,
right, yeah.
Italian film maggots, and the cover of the movie Zombie, his other movie, it's the zombie's head just riddled with maggots. It's what I'm talking. It's like a famous poster.
Is there a maggot problem in Italy?
No. Well, it's gross, right? And they got the hint.
Yeah.
The drill in the brain was pretty crazy.
I wonder if that scene was just his idea, and then he just surrounded a movie tour just doing that scene.
Around a guy named Bob getting a drill or something?
Yeah. Because it started off, it was probably a short story, a guy named Bob.
Yeah.
Came out the same year as What About Bob?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah,
We're doing good.
Yeah, City of the Living Dead, a.k.a.
What About Bob?
Drew, give us your rating for City of the Living Dead.
I'm going to give it a better luck next time.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
It's a roadkill.
Oh, okay.
Is that the first? No, it's not the first one.
He gives roadkills to everything.
I mean, it's biased, but I don't like zombie films. I don't like zombies. I'm obviously not a gore. I'm not big on gore.
You're
and
anti-gore.
violence. I'm very anti-gore. This wasn't really fun to sit through. This was just like, oh my god, like I'm watching. You're showing me this, you know what I mean? It was just like, not you guys. I mean Lucio Fulci.
It's almost like it was just a collection of gore.
Yeah,
Just
it was just like
was-
it felt like almost like not a snuff film, but like torture. Like, oh my god, you're gonna show me this and this and this. It's a roadkill for me. It's not my cup of tea.
Fair enough.
I give it better luck next time because the gore was gross and creepy. You know, they got the. But yeah, the movie was a mess. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it because I already forgot about it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I'm with you. I give it a better luck next time too. But yeah, they kind of gave up on what they were doing, like with the story. It made no sense, and in the end, it just seemed like it wasn't complicated at all for them to finish this.
Yeah, to close the gates of hell,
Yeah.
you have to stab the priest with a
wooden
piece
cross,
of wood.
and then everything else, like they all go up in flames and they turn to dust, and it's over.
The end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a barely better luck next time. This is borderline roadkill for me, and I mean, my issue is I haven't seen an Italian zombie film before, and I've heard a lot about them.
This might not have
And
been
you've
the
always
best one
wanted to
go
see?
to.
And I've always wanted, and exactly, this might not have been the best one to introduce me into that subgenre. And other than that, it was a mess. So yeah, barely a better luck next time.
So City of the Living Dead is a better luck next time.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Shudder. It's like Netflix, but it's full of horror films, all kinds of stuff from today, and
A lot of lost gems.
lost gems. Shudder. It's only $4.99. You can watch all kinds of horror. Go for it. Subscribe.
They
And
don't
then-
sponsor this at all.
We don't sponsor this, but
No, they don't sponsor us.
they don't sponsor us. But you know, if you guys want, we put an ad under this video here,
We
and
recommend you check out Shudder.
check out Shudder.
You'll like it. Well, that concludes this episode of Roadkill Reviews. That was City of Lost Children and City of the Living Dead. Check them out, or just don't. Yeah, just don't. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe to Roadrun. Leave a comment. Something you want for us to watch and rate.
Yeah.
Okay, Eric's gone. We'll
Subscribe.
Subscribe. We'll
Like.
see you guys on the next one.
I'm definitely never going to take another trip to these two cities.